Hello, hello. This is Debbie Drum, and welcome to our live Passive Income with Content. We do these every single Friday. Thank you so much for hanging out with me if you're here live, and if you're on the replay, watching this wherever, on Facebook, on YouTube, go ahead, give me a like, give me a comment, give me a subscribe, because then that means that you'll never miss a beat when it comes to what I share in these 20-minute little tidbits of actionable content that you can take with you and use to grow your business. So today I'm in a different location. I'm actually at an event, and I titled this invitation, How to Make Six Figures Over Coffee. And I know that sounds a little bit crazy, and it's like, well, how do I make six figures over coffee, Debbie? That doesn't make any sense. Well, I could have said over lunch, over dinner, over a drink, or even over corner, right? Because when you're at an event, a networking event, these are the possibilities. And I bring this to you, and I'm bold in my statement because this is what I've done at networking events, okay? And as a result of going to networking events, whether they're in my area locally, which this one happens to be, or in California, or in Florida, or in North Carolina, I actually make the effort to attend local events because that is how important they are to growing your business. What I want to do with our time together today is talk about 5 different benefits that you can actually get and how you can get closer to that six-figure mark with live events. And I am talking about live because there is a real difference between a live event and something that you might be attending online, like a summit or even like a Facebook group. It's very, very different. So what are some benefits? And I thought of 5 really, really critical ones that you can literally cash in, you can take to the bank. So the first one is I'm going to talk about help and support. So have you ever been in a situation online where you're like, you need a question answered, or you need help with like maybe what's the best headline to use, or what's the best book cover? You can actually reach out to the people that you've hung out with at an event because you probably connected with them on social media, and you're like, hey, so-and-so, this is where we met. And then you kind of, start conversations with them and then reach out to them to help you and support you where you need it. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten help with people just because I've met them in person and they help me with their expertise. Like on one of my products, I needed help with the headline. And I'm like, I'm all right with headlines, but I know there are some people that are so much better at me than headlines. And I'm like, hey, can you give me some headline ideas? And that's what they've done for me. And there's so many different things that I need help with. And I just reach out to the people that I've met at these live events, and they just help me, and I do the same for them. So that's the first thing. It's very, very powerful to be able to just reach out to someone on Facebook or whatever you are, or even on text, have them answer you and give you help. The second thing, which is really, really cool, and I've done this so many times, are interviews, okay? Either you interviewing somebody else. So let's say that person has like a Facebook group with thousands and thousands of members. Let's say they have a following and they want you to speak on their podcast, right? I've done so many podcasts and so many Facebook Lives just from people I've met in person. Guess what? You can get in front of their audience, immediately grow your audience, and gain exposure just from meeting somebody at a live event and stirring up a conversation. And you're like, hey, I'm an expert at this. And they're like, hey, we need you to speak in this podcast or on this YouTube channel, on this live chat, wherever it is. You can have an amazing opportunity with just by meeting people in person. Again, that in-person aspect. Sorry about the noise in the background, but this is what we're dealing with today, right? That in-person aspect is really, really crucial. It really makes a big difference, okay? So we're not just talking about online connection, but that could also happen with online. because I've met people online and that I've never met them in person, and this all still kind of applies, right? So the number 3 benefit of live events is JV opportunities. So maybe you meet somebody that complements the work that you do. There's so much opportunity in having somebody contribute, or you could, they can share your stuff, you can share their stuff, you can do live events, you can do, or like live webinars or live broadcasts, things like that. You can each benefit each other, but and make money out of that. This is actually the number 1 benefit, but I put that as number 3 just because I wanted to kind of slowly give you a taste of what you can get at a live event. And this is like one of the biggest, right? Because it actually leads straight to money, which is super, super important and something that we all kind of desire if we're in business. We kind of like the money part of it, I think. Raise your hand. Give me a yes, give me an amen if you like making money. Well, JV partners and people that you meet can help you do that and get you to that next level very, very quickly. I've been going to live events actually since I started in 2010, and it's now 2019. So I kind of think this is a really, really big deal. Number 4, I love this one. It's fill in the gaps of your business. So what does that mean? You can't be an expert in everything. If you're some kind of like coach, maybe you're a trainer of some sort, and then you have like a client that eats like a vegan diet, right? You're not really an expert on what to eat for vegan food, right? Recipes, things like that, but you meet somebody who actually provides that and fills the gap for you. So you don't have to go out and learn how to eat vegan. You can just use somebody's expertise and partner with them, and then they could help you, and it makes you look good because you're now providing that additional information to the people that follow you, and you're helping them, and you're not the one that has to have the burden of learning all that stuff because you're not the expert in that, and you just wouldn't be able to learn everything. You wouldn't be able to do that yourself. And so somebody else can fill in those gaps. And if you're in some kind of industry that you can help people in all these different areas, then all these different people can help you. And then, you're giving them exposure. They'll give you exposure because you're an expert in something that they're not an expert in. It all works out really, really great. And it takes a lot of pressure off of us as entrepreneurs because we don't need to know everything. We're not going to be able to know everything. It's impossible to know everything. So why not friend people who can fill in those gaps in your business? And one more thing I want to talk to you about here, and this 5th benefit is testimonials. So if you meet somebody and they see your work and you talk to them about what you do, and you even help them when you're meeting them live in person, like maybe they're not a person that you can JV partner with. Maybe they're not an expert in something that can help you in your business, but there's somebody who can actually benefit off of the help that you can provide. And then you can just say, hey, I know I helped you, and I think I made an impact and changed your life, if you want to go that far, during this weekend or during this live event, which can actually happen. I've been transformed in a day and in a weekend. It does happen, which is another benefit of a live event. But you can say, hey, can you mind giving me a testimonial? And I'm huge with testimonials and reviews, and especially video testimonials. If you can get that out of a live event, oh my gosh, that's gold. That's money in your pocket. Okay, so just go over and recap the 5 benefits that we talked about here today. The help and support when you need it. When you have a question, you can just go and reach out to these people that you befriended. Number 2 is like interviews, getting in front of their people, them getting in front of your people, and you growing your audience as a result. Golden. 3 is JV opportunities, which is, again, money in your pocket. Love it. Number 4 is filling in the gaps you can't be an expert at everything. So why don't you get somebody who can help you in all these different areas so that you can serve your community even better? And testimonials, right? You helping people with your services, telling people what you do, giving them advice, giving them tips just while you're standing and, on the coffee line, right? To get coffee or tea during the break. It's a great way to connect with people and use the moments that you have. Don't be texting, but really, if you make the effort to go to a live event, then you really should make the effort to talk to people. And it does bring you out of your shell. I'm an introvert. I get exhausted by the end of an event, but I want to put in the time and the energy and the effort because of all these great things that come out of events. So my action item for you today is to maybe look up a local event. Maybe look up a not so local event. Maybe it's a destination that you want to travel to. Maybe it's Florida when it's cold in wherever you live, right? That's what I like to do. I love Florida when it's cold in New York. One of my little strategies that I like. And find an event. And make sure it's obviously in the niche that you're in so that you can connect with like-minded people, and it'll bring you to the next level. It will help you grow as an entrepreneur, and it will just be beneficial overall because you can't be the best at everything. You need these people connections. People will make your business grow, will make you grow, and it'll be remarkable. And I've been to so many events. I keep going. This is why I keep going. And I'm gonna just keep on doing it because it works. Amy says I'm an introvert too, and I tend to hide behind my computer. Yes, that's like, Amy, if you could, put a little maybe pressure on yourself to take some steps to get out of that shell a little bit, because once you do, you'll start inching. It's not going to happen overnight. If you can just inch your way out just a little bit. I know it takes me sometimes, especially on certain days, like it takes me a lot of energy to do things like this, right? And that just happens with us introverts, but we need to play kind of both parts, and that's okay. This is more of a live event. Yeah, you could do meetups as well. Those are, that's a great start, Tony. You actually brought up a good point where if you like more like an intimate kind of scene and you don't want to make too much like of a travel commitment, the meetups that you can find are really, really great for connecting. All right, well, it's going to start getting loud in here, so I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to let you go, but I'm happy we were able to have this time together because I don't like to miss a Friday, and I'm dedicated to you. So I'll see you on the next live, which is next week, and we'll chat soon. Bye-bye.